Hi there. Before we begin, allow me to apologize for my strange background. I'm in my bathroom. And because I'm in my bathroom, the lighting's pretty terrible. I'm sorry, bear with me. But I'm Sydney, and I recently decided I'd like to make videos on the books I read and the movies I watch, because sometimes I read books or I watch movies, and I really enjoy them. I enjoy them so much I don't know what to do with myself. So here's to hoping that talking about them will give me something to do. And if this even sounds remotely interesting, I really hope you stick around, and I really hope you're open to becoming my friend, because I don't know about you, but the idea of like pen paling and writing back and forth and suggesting things to each other, it just sounds like a good time to me. In this first video, I wanted to do a little bit of a comparative review between Divergent the book and Divergent the movie that just came out like 2 weeks ago. I was super late to the whole Divergent game. I had a friend recommend the book like 2.5 weeks ago. I was really very uninterested. Ended up picking it up, finishing it like a day and a half later. I had a super cool opportunity to see the movie like 4 days later. Talk about instant gratification. I really enjoyed both of them, with the exception of things here and there that I'm going to talk about today. And without any further ado, let's begin, shall we? So as far as book to movie adaptations go, I thought Divergent was pretty fantastic. Given a book the length of Divergent and being told to make a movie of it is going to be difficult. And you're going to have to make changes, and you're going to have to cut things out. But what we were left with, I was really pleased with it. In a lot of cases, the changes they had to make made more sense than what was in the book to begin with. For instance, the meat instead of the cheese during the aptitude test. Yeah, I'm feeling like meat is going to be slightly more distracting to a really vicious looking animal who looks like it's willing to sink its teeth into my body, as opposed to a hunk of cheese. So, well done, writers. Well done. When I heard the butter knife scene was going to be excluded from the movie, I was a little disappointed and confused. We're supposed to hate Peter, even though he proves helpful later on in the series. We're supposed to hate Peter. He's awful. So how are you supposed to hate him when you don't have much to go on? But then I found out Miles Teller was playing Peter, and I was going to have a hard time hating him anyway. I kind of have a celebrity crush on Miles Teller. You can tell everyone. I really don't mind. Spread it. Spread the word. Instead, Peter's horrible personality was replaced with hilarious and snarky comments that I thoroughly enjoyed. So when you make the 180 to really enjoying Peter's character later on, like book 2, book 3, you don't feel like such a bad person. So they're dauntless, right? I feel like they would play with something more intimidating and more dangerous than paintballs. So the neurostimulator darts or whatever was a really cool twist on the whole capture the flag scene. Also, the actual capture the flag part was lengthier than in the book, and it was fun to watch all the characters in action. I really enjoyed Triss battling Molly almost. I thought Ford taking Triss through his fear landscape for the purpose of her practicing was genius. Now, we know he took her in there to let her see things he doesn't show to everyone, and that was there. It was an underlying tone. The fans got it. We enjoyed it. It was great. But going in there for the purpose of practicing for her own fear landscape was perfect. And also it allowed the audience to get inside the mind of Dauntless and Divergent, which the book never does. So that was really cool. Having Natalie save Triss as soon as Janine orders her execution was brilliant. It saved time. We didn't have to see Triss in a tank again, because, as you know, Triss spends quite a few pages of the book in a tank time after time. So having Triss's mom take out like 4 dauntless soldiers while they've encircled her daughter, and then they can just take off and go do what they need to do, well done. I liked that. One of the negatives to this movie was we didn't have much time for character development for the secondary characters, which is disappointing because I like Triss's opinion on Al's suicide, and I liked her opinion on Eric's reaction to Al's suicide because, you know, she disagrees with it. So I almost wish we had explored that, but at the same time, we get the hints to Will and Christina, which, if you've read the book, you can look for, and you almost feel pleased with yourself when you see him peck her on the cheek. So cute. Also, am I the only one who was like beyond attracted to the actor who played Will? Like when he was on the screen, I was honestly distracted. Like forget Theo James, I want to be your friend. I want to hang out with Will. Discussing the characters again super briefly, a lot of them weren't exactly how I pictured them. For instance, I pictured Eric kind of scrawny, kind of aware of the fact that he's inferior to 4, and because of that, he's got to be a jerk all the time. Jay Courtney wasn't scrawny, but he did do a good job. I was awfully distracted by the fake plugs in his ears, though. And like, was he stretching his eyebrows? What was going on there? But it worked. I was afraid, but also intrigued, so that worked. It was good. Did not picture Marcus like that, you know, because the abnegation, like the short hair and all that stuff, but hated Marcus. Well done, guy who played Marcus. Christina. Did not picture Christina like that at all. For one, pictured her like 1.5 feet taller than Tris, but she was little and feisty, and that worked. So yeah, and they were all attractive, which was good and nice. Now it's time to discuss things I didn't particularly enjoy. The main thing I did not enjoy at all was the way they depicted Triss's fear of intimacy and her own fear landscape. I felt uncomfortable and like I wanted to shake people and be like, no, this isn't how it is in the book. Like, don't get creeped out. He's not trying to rape her. She's just from abnegation. She's hardly seen her parents touch. She's got feelings for this person that she wants to explore, but that's a scary thing. So why did you make it look like that? Also, second complaint, which isn't even that big of a deal because everybody on Earth probably enjoyed it with their whole hearts. See, when Triss is fighting 4 and, you know, she's pleading with him and she helps him hold the gun to her head and she says, it's okay, I love you, it's okay. We knew we were getting a second movie. I could have lived without hearing the 4-letter word. Or we could have had 4 say it on the train, like in the book. That would have been adorable, right? But the last and final thing I'd like to talk about is this movie's soundtrack. Like, Snow Patrol is either hit or miss for me. I don't know. The song on that album, which I didn't even hear in the movie, I'm pretty sure it was like after Zed's song in the credits or whatever, is fantastic. All I want to do is move when I hear that song. Also, ziplining scene, which they did an incredible job on, and an incredible job picking the music to like zipline to. I'm 8'3", I Need You. There aren't many lyrics, and I would get them tattooed on my body. I also don't know why I'm gesturing to my ribs. I don't like tattoos on my ribs. The song's beautiful and haunting and just, Ellie Goulding, to be honest, not a major Ellie Goulding fan. Loved all 3 songs on that album. So the soundtrack was fantastic. I totally recommend checking it out because, you know, you watch a movie and sometimes you don't pick up on the music. The music's incredible and you should listen to it. And thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're maybe willing to watch more of these. We'll see each other soon. Bye.